I'm going to review a bird dog row with Robbie here today. A bird dog row is an exercise we use often to stabilize our trunk and use as a rowing variation. It's been a really good indicator for our guys that come in that are in pain and helping us get them out of pain, but I do see a lot of things that are done incorrectly that we're going to review today. So first thing I'm going to have Robbie do is get his setup in a bird dog position. He can go without weight to start here. So let's go for it, Robbie. Let's get in a bird dog row position. Good, and yet you can pull that arm off to the side. So the first thing you're gonna notice here is he doesn't protract as much as I'd like him to protract. He does a pretty good job in general, but I want him to push away a little bit more. Even with this arm, he can protract. There we go. So let that arm actually come down. His head's in a really good position. Ears are in line with his shoulders. And now you're gonna see that his hip pops up a little bit here. This is very common, and what we wanna do is make sure he's parallel to the ground. So I'm gonna rotate him a little bit more here, and you should be able to see that now he's actually flat, but look what happens to his leg. His leg comes down. So we're gonna get his leg up and hold that position. And now any rotation that you see or that you think you might have is actually just his glute being here because he has a pretty sizable glute. So we're gonna make sure that he's rolled down just a little bit more. He's in good position there. I love to see that the back toe is grabbing into the bench. A lot of times people have their back foot off. I'm gonna have you push your back foot off the bench a little bit. So they're like off the bench there, or knee is barely hanging on. We wanna create, let's go back to the normal position, create the most amount of stability possible. So we're gonna really make sure the hand's grabbing, knees grabbing into the ground, and foot's creating that stability. Dorsiflexing this foot here is gonna allow us to really get that trunk stability to fire up and put us into a better position for basically the whole chain moving up. As Robbie gets rowing, what you're gonna notice is his leg is probably gonna start to come down a little bit, and we wanna make sure he stays up and long, where you're gonna get a lot of guys are gonna end up using their hamstring to pull themselves up, or they're gonna start to roll their pelvis. Robbie's gonna be a little tired at the end of this too, just from holding this position as he's giggling. So what I want Robbie to do here is do a couple of reps of this exercise, and we're gonna coach him through it. So let's get like 6 reps here, Robbie. Left arm.
Weight or no weight?
Yep, let's go some weight. So left arm, get yourself in good position, and if I have you pause, go for it. There you go. Nice. Good, pause at the bottom there for a sec. Good. So head backs just a little bit, roll that right hip down just a little bit. There you go, and lift that right leg up a little higher. There you go. Now let's get a couple more reps. Good, let's call it there. So one of the things that we've seen commonly with our athletes that are doing bird dog rows is that they regain mobility in their cervical spine, so they actually have that correct neck mobility, and they have no more real trunk stability issues when they can do 1/3 their body weight in their hand for 10 reps. It's not something we've tested like the 90-mile-an-hour formula regularly, but it's something we've seen consistently and something that I want to test in the future. Done.